I want to talk about a dream that I had at least a couple weeks ago, a couple weeks or a month ago or something like that. Now, like you, or like many of you out there, I remember praying and asking, Lord, please bless me with the dream about the rapture, bless me with the dream about your return. Now, what I received was a series of dreams that was unlike any other dreams that I've ever experienced. These visions that were given to me. Now I'm going to talk about a few of them. Ones that were really significant and ones that meant to me just they were amazing. I woke up just being so proud and so happy. Joy came from these dreams. I want you to understand that pure joy, even with this first dream. Now, it was, like I said, about a month ago now when I had this dream. And in the dream, I remember sitting at this table. So I was sitting at a table. And so just like the camera's facing me, imagine I was sitting across from you. And there's other people to our left and to our right. So we're sitting there. We're having this conversation. We're having this discussion. Now, I don't recall any of the people that were in there. I just remember we were all in this room. There was a bookcase to my right-hand side, aka your left. So there's a bookcase here, and there's an open wall with paintings over here. And behind me, I don't know. Yeah, that's not what was concerning to me. I looked around the room and saw a bookcase over here and some paintings, and there's something in the foreground, the background. Now we're having this conversation. I don't remember any of the words that we were saying, but we were all openly having a conversation. And then it happened just like that. I remember hearing a trumpet. I heard the sound of the trumpet, and I saw what almost looked like their souls and their bodies were like intertwined. So imagine I'm sitting here right in front of you, right? I'm sitting here, you see my physical appearance. Well, imagine like there was this apparition that sort of appeared. It was like this bluish white, and this apparition just sort of got like dragged out as if like they were being like hoisted up. So their whole bodies turned like this bluish white, and they just sort of like went like that, and they got taken through the wall. And I was like, whoa, what in the world? What was that? And I immediately knew, like, oh, that was the rapture. But keep in mind that I was still in my physical form. So I got up and I went over to the wall that they got dragged through. Let's say the wall's behind me. I went up to the wall and I was just pounding on the wall, like, don't leave me. Like, what? Like, don't leave me. I remember saying that, like, please don't leave me. And then instead of freaking out and having the feeling of being left behind, what really happened is I felt in my spirit, I had this overwhelming feeling of like calmness, as if I wasn't being left behind, but I was almost being shown. I was being shown that this event had taken place. And I remember feeling in my spirit that it just wasn't my time. It was not my time to experience going up into the clouds. I've yet to have a dream. Some of you may know what I'm talking about who has had dreams. I've yet to have a dream of actually being brought up to the clouds. I've yet to have that dream. I've seen people be raptured. I've seen it. Now, that's the first dream I had. And I woke up and I was like, man. And I explained that to my wife. I was like, I had that overwhelming feeling, or I had it in the feeling in my spirit saying that I wasn't being left behind, that I wasn't being punished. Well, on to the next dream. So, in dream number 2, I'm probably going to end up with, after I just describe this dream, I'm just going to end it here. Now, this was the next couple nights. And these dreams happen within nights of each other, whether it's the next night or the next night after that. So this dream happened, and we were in this big, like, white polished marble room. And the floor was like spaced out, and there was a group of us in there. There was a lot of us in there, and I remember being in the front, like the front or second or third row. No, in the second or third row. I was in the second or third row, or column, excuse me. So it was almost like it was coming like this way, and it was also like that. So you had rows of people, and all of us are like lined up, but we were all down on our faces. And I don't recall a voice in that immediate point in time. I just remember being down on my face. I was on my hands and knees, and I just remember an overwhelming feeling of fear. I mean, fear. And the reason why is because there was a lion that was prowling, I mean, walking. And you can just feel the presence of this lion. It was radiating off of the lion. And I know that it was a lion because I was down on my knees, and I didn't have my eyes open. My eyes were, I'm sorry, I didn't have my eyes closed. My eyes were open. And I saw the paw. So you can see as a step, the paw prints were like printing. And you could just feel that once it passed you, like once it passed me, there was this overwhelming feeling of joy. I mean, joy. After it had passed me, I ended up going through this door into this room as if I got accepted. So I was accepted, and I'm in this giant hall, and I mean, it's beautiful. It's like polished, like the best polish you could ever think of. I mean, shiny, and everything's like glistening. And I was in a room of total strangers, but it didn't feel like we were strangers. It almost felt like when you go to a very welcoming church. All of these people were joyous, and I remember crying out and then raising my hands up and just thanking God. And everyone in the hall was doing the same. We were all thanking God. We were all praising God. We were all walking around, and everyone had joy. Now, I didn't see anyone that I recognized, but that's fine. That's not the point of this dream. The point of the dream was, I asked the Lord if I could experience the rapture, experience, different things. And this is what the Lord has given me. He may give someone else something completely different. That relationship is up with you and the Lord. Whatever the Lord gives you, that's what he gives you. This is what I'm very grateful for. And that was pretty much the pinnacle of the dream. One of the amazing things about that dream is that once I had gotten accepted and I appeared in that hall and I was there with everyone else rejoicing, I wasn't bound by I had a physical body, but I wasn't bound by any sort of physical limitations. Like if I wanted to walk through the wall behind me, I could just go through it. That was one of the best things I'd experienced. I could walk through this wall. Like I could walk through it and go anywhere I wanted. I wasn't bound by physical limitations. Like, how this wall's stopping me? I wasn't bound. I could just go through it. I can stick my head through it and see what's on the other side. Like I don't know what other people experience whenever they visit heaven or visit any, or they have these spiritual dreams. But that was my experience. I wasn't bound. I wasn't bound by the laws of physics. I could go wherever if I had the thought of going there, I could just go. I could go and I wasn't limited. Now, that basically concludes my dreams. At least those two dreams. I had a couple others, but this video is getting long. But those are my experiences. Now, if you want a dream, all I can suggest to you is to pray to our Father to give you the dream. That's it. That's all I can suggest. And if he gives it to you, he gives it to you. If he does not, he does not. He doesn't. He doesn't have to. But just ask him. Ask him. What could go wrong? Just ask the Lord and believe that he can give them to you. I asked and I received. And I was so very grateful for receiving those dreams. Now, I've watched other people's rapture dreams before, but these were mine. And I'm happy to have had them. I'm very happy. So ask him. Call on the name of the Lord tonight or whatever you're doing. Just ask him. Ask him for rapture dreams. Ask him to experience the supernatural. It's wonderful. And you will have an overwhelming feeling of peace and joy. And you feel it in your spirit. So ask him. God bless each and every one of you. I thank you for taking a listen to me, and have a wonderful day. Keep in mind, the Lord is coming soon. He is coming. He is coming. The earth is literally crying out right now. The earth is crying out. These birth pains are happening like this. He's going to arrive. God bless you.